Hi, this is Paul Money for HolmesCountyTicket.com.
I'm Dave Mast.
And this is called Check It Out. This is going to be our weekly segment where we're going to highlight matchups from this week around Holmes County sports. The first matchup is Highland Golf versus Garrett Golf. What do you see happening out there, Dave?
Obviously a huge deal for the Hawks this week. Garrett is the elite program around here, and I talked with Wayne Miller this weekend, the assistant coach for Highland. He said that until they beat Garrett and until they prove they can play well on their home course at sectionals, they haven't proven anything, even no matter what kind of numbers they put up aside from that. So obviously it's a huge deal for Highland, and it is for Garrett too, because they want to maintain that kind of killer instinct.
Yeah, and I think everyone thinks that maybe West Holmes is Highland rival, when in actuality it's probably Garrett. Yeah. So that'll be a big matchup for both schools.
Yeah.
And I love the name Cooper Stutzman. That's a great sports name.
He's from Garrett, so Cooper's a player too. All right, second on the agenda this week is the West Holmes versus Worcester tennis. Paul, what do you feel is going on there?
Well, I think, having Lexington come up in their schedule for the women here is going to be tough. Lexington is a notorious juggernaut in both the women's and boys' tennis scene. So it's going to be a nice measuring stick for Coach Otto and his team. And we hope them the best, but Lexington's pretty tough.
They are indeed. And West Holmes is 9-0, a very young Lady Knights squad that's gotten off to a huge start. They will be tested without a doubt this week.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, so our third matchup, or highlight that we're going to highlight today, is the West Holmes Lady Knights volleyball team. They're going to be at Worcester on Tuesday, and then Thursday they're going to be home against Lexington, which is going to be a couple big OCC matchups for them.
It is indeed. They've gotten on a roll. This weekend they won 3 games at a big tournament that really kind of solidified the fact that this young team can play with just about anybody.
Yeah, it's been nice to watch some of these sophomores get better and better each week. That's just a testimonial to Coach Park and making sure that they're getting better and better and really going to compete for that OCC title.
Absolutely.
So moving into, we talked about West Holmes Lady Knights volleyball. Let's talk about the Highland Hawks volleyball. What's that looking like this week?
Well, Becky Mitchell's team got their first win of the year last week against Newcomerstown. It was a big deal for them because it's a program that's trying to kind of solidify itself and make a name for itself. It's important for them to continue that momentum. Winning once is nice, but you've got to be able to do that on a regular basis. This week, Strasburg Tuesday, Malvern Thursday, 2 winnable games for the Lady Hawks, who have been playing kind of exciting brand of volleyball. They're really hustling, playing hard all over the court.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see them get some of that momentum, get maybe a couple wins under their belt and see what they can do.
Absolutely. All right, from there, it's Highland boys soccer. All right, the soccer team at 3-3 this year. They play Worcester, and then on Saturday they've got a huge game against Western Reserve, probably one of the better teams in the state. What's your take on that?
Well, I think, like you said, Highland being 3-3, they're probably one of the best 3-3 teams in the state of Ohio right now, playing a lot of ranked teams on their schedule so far. I'd like to see Brendan Coyle maybe get in the offense a little bit. He showed signs of attacking from his defensive spot.
Yeah.
I think that'll wreak havoc against Worcester, and I think they'll be able to handle Worcester all right. And then come Saturday, you may maybe get that signature win that they need.
Absolutely, and Coach Boddicker's talked about that before. Last year they struggled to get that big win until late in the year. I think he'd like to see it come a little earlier this year, and Western Reserve would be that huge win for them.
Yep, absolutely.
Because they've lost to a couple of really good teams by close scores.
Yeah,
Shockton and
Columbus Academy.
Yep. 1-0 scores, both of them. So they're capable of playing with those elite teams.
Yep. And the final highlight, of course, is Friday night football. The Knights will be at home, homecoming.
Well, that might be the highlight of that game.
So there'll be a lot of people there to see the Knights take on the Redskins. How you see that game, coming out?
Coach Maldridge can spin this any way he wants to, sideways, up and down, doesn't matter. It's going to be a massacre. The Redskins simply haven't played good football this year, and I don't see that changing against the West Holmes team that's just going to run roughshod over their defense.
Yep, and when you got Lane Perrone and Brady Arnold and Luke Ogie out there running around, I don't see Kershaw corralling those guys much. It's going to be a nice, final, I think, tune-up for the conference schedule for the Knights.
Absolutely, it'll be a fun game if you like high-scoring Knights games.
This is Paul Money.
And I'm Dave Mast.
And this has been a look at all the highlighted sports this week in the area, so make sure you get out there and check them out.